Hello, welcome to my channel. So in this video I will discuss about the IELTS, about in the introduction of the IELTS. What's IELTS and what are the modules that are consistent in the IELTS? As this is my first video, right? So of the IELTS, so I will just discuss the basic things of the IELTS, like what's the IELTS mean and what are the modules, what are the durations, and what's the weightage of the different modules, right? So let's get started. The first thing is that IELTS, right? So it's pronounced as IELTS, not as I-let, right? So this is a wrong pronunciation. Don't pronounce it like I-let, right? Pronounce it in a simpler tone, IELTS, in a smooth tone, right? IELTS. So what I stands for, I is the international, E is for English, as we are giving the English test, which is the international language, not the native language. Indian language is Hindi or Punjabi or any other language of the that depend upon the different states, right? So international English, L for language, T for test, and S for series, right? So now the IELTS exam, it's conducted in two separate days. It's conducted in two separate days. The first day when you book your exam, so what they do, on the first day they took your listening, reading and writing exam. This exam is on the same day, while the second is of your speaking. The speaking exam is on the separate day. The speaking exam, that may be either 7 days before your listening, writing or and reading exam, or either 7 days after your listening, reading and writing exam, right? So this is the general thing, that IELTS it's conducted in two separate days. On the first day the listening, reading and writing exam is conducted, and on the second day the speaking exam is conducted. So speaking exam is the face-to-face exam, like the examiner, we say the examiner is sitting in front of us, right? He or she asks the questions to us, and we have to answer all that question. Don't get panic. The question doesn't depend upon your journal knowledge. It doesn't judge your journal knowledge. It judge your English skills only, right? So this is the basic test of your basic, to check your basic English level. It doesn't include any question of your journal knowledge. So this is a simpler exam. Don't get panic of that, like oh, the IELTS exam is so tough. It's not like that, right? So this conducted in two separate days. On the first day listening, reading and writing exam is conducted, and the second day speaking exam is conducted, right? So this is the IELTS. So as I told you, in today's video, we will discuss about the introduction of the IELTS, the duration and the first module, that is the listening. There are total 4 modules in the IELTS exam. In the IELTS, there are 4 modules. 4 modules, right? The first module is the listening, that I will discuss in today's video. The second module is your reading. The third is writing. And the fourth module is of your speaking. Right? So these are the 4 modules that are included in the IELTS. So in today's video, we discuss about the first module, that is the listening, right? So the listening, it consists of the four passage. Four passage comes in listening. Four passages, right? So the first passage is the general passage. Uh, First thing is that in the listening, what's the speaker's language, right? What's the accent or the accent of the speaker? And the accents, there are the four. Earlier there were three accents, right? But nowadays Canadian accent is also included. So now there are four accents. What are those four accents? The speaker will speak in not four different languages, four accents, right? So like if the video starts in one accent, like Australian accent, right? So the complete listening exam will be in your Australian accent only, not in the different accent, right? The first accent is your Australian accent. The second is American. Third is British. And the fourth is Canadian. The Canadian accent is now introduced in listening exam. Earlier it was not there, right? So now the listening consists of the four passages, and four passages consist of 40 questions, right? And the listening exam is of the 30-minute video audio will be played in the listening, right? And 10 minutes will be given, extra time will be given to transfer your answer to your final answer sheet. So the four passages consist of 40 questions. That means each passage consists of 10 questions, right? So like the first passage consists of question number 1 to 10. Similar, the second passage consists of question number 11 to 20. Third consists of question number 21 to 30, and the fourth passage consists of question number 31 to 40. Right? So it's not like that the speaker will tell you that read the questions from the question 1 to 10. It's if in some like sometimes it's like that, not in the complete listening exam, but in some passage the speaker asks you to look at the question 1 to 10, right? And that exam is the tough exam. We can say that exam is a tough exam because we have to read all the question at a one time, and we have to answer that by listening to the audio, right? And simultaneously while we listen to the audio. So yes, the first point, you need to be careful about the instruction, what the instructions are given to you. If you are given the instructions that read the question from question 1 to question 5, then you have to read the question from 1 to 5, right? And then the speaker will start the conversation and will cover the conversation up to question 1 to 5, up to 5, fifth question, right? And after that, from 5 to 10, the extra time will be given to read that question, and the conversation and the remaining conversation will be started again, right? So you have given the time of 30 seconds to read question 1 to 10. Like if you are given the time to read the question 1 to 5, then what happened? They will give you only 15 seconds to read those questions, right? If they told you to read the question 1 to 10 or question 11 to 20, then they will give you the time of 30 seconds, right? And if they get, and if the speaker, if that CD of the listening, they told you to read the question from 1 to 5 or 5 to 10 or 11 to 15, 5 question or 2 questions, right? So they give the time according to that, that are 15 seconds, 10 seconds, and so on, right? So this is these are the four first module, that's of the listening, consists of the four passage questions, 40 questions, and the time is 40 minutes, which include 30 minutes of audio and remaining 10 minutes of transferring your answers to your answer sheet, right? So now we will discuss that what these four passages include, what are the conversations that are included in these four passages, right? So the first passage includes the conversation of one individual, or we can the recording one is of the conversation between the two people set in an everyday social context. That means it's the passage one, the conversation in the passage one will always be the person in a phone call, or for booking the room, for booking the concert, a woman requesting maintenance service from the landlord, like this, right? So these are the recordings that are included in the passage 1. So and in the same way the four passage are included. So one thing I forgot to tell you before is that just listen the instructions carefully. It's not that like it's not like that if you practice for the questions to read the question from 1 to 5 or from 1 to 10, right? So on the same type of questions will become in the next passage or in your exam. So read the or listen the instructions carefully, and uh, you can also the this is the first thing, that listen the instructions. The second is read the instructions. So how you read the questions booklet, question booklet is given to you, and on the now I will tell you how the question booklet consists of the different questions, right? So let me raise this, and after this I will tell you like how uh, the instructions are given on the question booklet, which you have to read, uh, on that what they gave the sorry they gave the word limit or the number limit, right? So you have to follow that instruction. If you proceed that word limit, your marks will be reduced. So in the listening, the recording one is always the phone conversation, right? So the phone conversation will be between the two set of people. That is, one is informing something, and get a second another person is giving instruction in regard to that topic, we can say, right? So it's based on everyday life. Like here the example is I wrote the example of person calling for information about upcoming concert. Like the woman is confirming about the information about the concert that's going to be conducted in the weekend, in the same on the same weekend, right? So here is the example, like how the questions are given and how the instructions are given on the question booklet, right? On the question booklet, what they do on the first page, the section 1, which consists of 1 to 10 question, it's written, right? So 1 to 5 question consist of complete the notes, and second 5 to 10 question maybe consist of MCQs, or either map, or different things, right? I will also discuss these things, that what are the questions that are included in the listening task, right? So for this I have to make the separate video, otherwise this video will be much longer, right? So in this video I will just discuss about the two modules, module 1 and two passages of listening module, right? So here it's the instruction is given, right? No more than two words or a number. That means you have to make sure that you write for two words only. Don't proceed to 3 words, otherwise the marks will be reduced. Like if like in the conversation, it's like the question is given, my name, right? The question of name is given. The question of name, right? And after that, this is given. So if the name, like the speaker told the name Mr. XYZ, and right, and here you are advised to write only one word instead of two. One word, right? So, and the speaker told the name like Mr. Robert William Hanson. Robert William Hanson, right? So here you are supposed to write the one word. So what you write, you will write only Mr. Robert or Robert, right? Or Mr. Hanson, right? So this, like this is only example. So if the conversation is given of the 3 words like Robert William Hanson, then you are then here the instructions are given to write the 3 words only, right? I just gave you the example, so it's not like this, right? So this is about the recording one. So recording one is of the conversation between the two people and depend upon the everyday life, right? And in the similar way, the recording two will be on the. Alright, so the second recording will be monologue. So, what's the monologue? That means only a single person will introduce any other person, and there's no like only single person is speaking. Like now, I am speaking as I am speaking, right? So, what I am doing, what kind of conversation I'm doing? I'm doing the monologue kind of conversation, right? So in the monologue conversation, that this is also depend upon the everyday life or on the daily basis, right? So here the example is written. I wrote the example, that's introduction to local facilities by a tour guide. So the tour guide is giving the his or her introduction to the local introduction to the local facility by a tour guide, right? So this is the monologue conversation, and it also consists of the question number. It consists the recording 2 consists of questions from 11 to 20, right? So these are about the recording 1 and recording 2 of the listening. In the next video, I will discuss about the recording 3 and 4, right? And what are the questions that are included in the listening task, and as well as the frequently asked question. That means what are the frequently asked the questions that are frequently asked by the students who are preparing their IELTS exam, right? So if you guys want to say one thing, if you are facing any kind of problem in preparing your IELTS exam, just join my Telegram group, that's Live It Up Science. I will help you, right? So if you have like query, if you want me uh, to check your writing skills, right? And then also you can just post your writing sections in the Telegram group. I not assure you, but I do my best to check your writing task, right? And I will also try to conduct the speaking section so that it will help you. It's just free of cost, guys, so don't hesitate to join that group, right? So I hope this video will help you. So in the next video, I will do the continuation of that listening part only, right? And after that, I will just cover all the modules which are remaining, the reading, writing and speaking, and what are the questions that are included in that, right? So hope this video help you to clarify your doubt of recording 1 and recording 2 and about your IELTS exam. your duration of the IELTS exam, and on the days that in how many days the IELTS exam is conducted, right? So thank you.